Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome to some EVE Online, and yes, I am mining because it's going to be preparation time for EVE Online Rubicon 1.1. And the reason I'm making this video is because basically a little bit of a warning to you guys. There's actually a lot coming our way with the point release of Rubicon 1.1. There's even some new stuff that has just been announced, so I really think it's worth it to make a quick video about it, about all the stuff that we are looking forward to. It is the right time right now to start making plans, to start trying to figure out what content you'd most like to participate in, and thus make plans, maybe an ISK reserve, to get that going once the release actually hits. So that's all this stuff I'm talking about. Let's quickly go to the community side for that. The first part is live events. So if I go here and then community, it's looking like they're actually going to organize some live events around the Rubicon 1.1 release. We get this information from the Game World News, where the Federal Intelligence Office is responding to a Guristas activity in Placid. So there were actually 4 Guristas battleships, Rattlesnake class battleships, that were destroyed in a low-6 system very close to Galente space. According to Federal Intelligence, this is nothing to worry about. They believe it was just Guristas either chasing someone that was trying to defect or something like that, but of course it's very likely that it has a lot more to do with the new deployable items we'll see. And there is also rumors of a pursuit of an unidentified vessel, which is a little bit strange in New Eden. So yeah, if you like the live events, which we definitely do, it's once again time to start keeping an eye on the live events channel, on the forums, Intergalactic Summit, live events forums, on the Twitter page as well. Because they do sometimes tweet about events, and they've actually done a small event. Unfortunately, I wasn't there, but it does seem like a first small kickoff event with some Rattlesnake battleships in lowsec has been done. So yeah, if you want to join this, you know, prepare some ships or just start keeping an eye on everything, get your intelligence channels ready, and yeah, let's hope we can have some fun. I definitely hope that I'll be able to join 1 or 2 live events around all the new stuff that's coming out with 1.1. I think that would be pretty damn cool. Next to the live events, for new players, I think there's also very good news with new player training sessions that will be starting soon. Here the first one is actually already going to come tomorrow, that is Wednesday the 15th, and it's all about industry. So this is going to be their 3rd track. Now for me personally, I am going to try and join the Advanced Manufacturing Tech 2 Industry one. Despite the fact that I have like 80 million skill points, I've never done Tech 2 research or Tech 2 production, and some of my viewers have actually requested that I try and make a video about that. So maybe joining this new player session about Tech 2 Industry might just be what I need to wrap my head around Tech 2 research and industry, and so I might finally be able to show some of that to you guys. And then on February 22nd, the final part of this industry track is going to be a mining fleet. So I will probably try and check that out, you know, mining with some new guys, and maybe get smart bombed or suicide ganged or something like that. It could be quite a lot of fun, but yeah, for new players looking to get into the industrial side of EVE Online, I think this is going to be some very interesting new player training sessions that are coming up this month in that regard, and the mining fleet might just be something fun to do as well. And personally, I do think that if the Tech 2 Industry one is done well, this could even help older players as well, like myself, that have never really taken the time to delve into Tech 2 research and Tech 2 Industry, because it's quite a lot more complex than the Tech 1 stuff. So yeah, that's already, you know, for the lore guys. We'll probably have some live events. For the new players, there's new player training sessions to look forward to. Now for everyone else that wants to PvP and loves EVE Online for the hardcore game that it is, we'll have more deployable items, and that's another dev blog from Team Super Friends. First, we'll have 2 new variations on the Siphon unit. One of them will favor, let me see, processed materials, and the other one will favor polymers. So yeah, it's just 2 more specialized Siphon units so that you can probably empty out a more specialized moon mining operation more quickly. Could be somewhat interesting. I'm just not sure how often Siphon units are being used. I think it would be very interesting if CCP would come out with some numbers on that, but nothing on that front just yet. And here is actually going to be the more interesting one, the money for pirates ISK for free, and actually finish off the asteroid. So let's quickly grab another one. That one should be large enough. And this is going to be the ESS Encounter Surveillance System. The story behind it is that bounties in nullsec are becoming too expensive for Concord, so they're going to reduce them to 95% of the current payouts. But the empires will provide an ESS system that will print some sort of vouchers that you can then trade into the empires for ISK. And how it's going to work is that at the moment, if you don't deploy it, you get 100% of the bounties. In Rubicon 1.1 in nullsec, you'll only get 95% of the normal bounties. If you choose to deploy an ESS, 80% will be paid out and 20% will then be printed out into vouchers by the ESS system, which can then be picked up by anyone that happens to come across the module. If you can manage to keep it alive for a longer time, the payouts will actually increase by another 5%, meaning that you could end up with 105% compared to the current bounties. It will also actually have like a bubble built in, although I think that's actually going to be of rather limited use considering how quickly you can get in and out with an interceptor these days. But yeah, this is going to be, I think, an interesting module for everyone, because potentially this has a huge impact on the entire economy of EVE Online. Number one, the nullsec guys cannot maintain it or can't justify the cost of deploying ESSs in all their rating system, and they end up not doing that. That would mean a 5% decrease overall in bounties coming from nullsec. That's going to be a significant impact on the entire economy. On the other hand, you could see them actually massively deploy them in pretty much every system and find a good system to manage this, which personally I find a little less likely, but then you could actually end up with an increase in overall ISK coming into the game. So this could go either way, but I think most people agree that it is very unlikely that the empires will actually deploy this as part of the normal operations in rating systems. They'll just keep the 95%, and whenever someone else would come in and deploys an ESS, they're gonna see it as a griefing attempt or an attempt to steal their money, and they'll just try and dispatch it as quickly as possible. But it has some potential probably for some conflict. You know, if pirates would deploy them and you know, have a small cloaked fleet ready, if someone is not careful enough and tries to steal the money or tries to destroy it, you could get some actual PvP conflict out of an ESS like this. So it has some potential. On the other hand, it's an amazing griefer tool, of course. The first thing, that scenario that came in my head when reading this is, oh, you've got some renters that rat all day, but yeah, of course they're renters from your alliance, so there's no way they can do anything against you. Just pop those down and start stealing from them. That's, I think, some of the drama that we'll see concerning these ESS systems could actually be pretty damn interesting. And the overall system does feel a little convoluted, to be honest. That 20% will then be printed into vouchers, which you'll have to trade into some stations from the different empires. It's a little strange and convoluted, but I do think it's basically the only way that they actually managed to have it perform the actions they wanted. Yeah, it's an interesting unit. I think I look forward to quite a lot to the drama that's going to come of this encounter surveillance system. And the entire discussion around it on the forums and in the comments, I think, is going to be quite lively and quite interesting as well. Yeah, this is part, I think, of hardcore EVE Online, to be honest. First in HiSec, basically players have been given the ability to start stealing planetary interaction income from smaller or less organized players with the POCO changes. And now in nullsec you can do the same thing to ratters. You can basically confiscate 20% of their income, steal it from your friends and your foes. So it's like it's going to be quite an interesting system. Add to that scan inhibitor, that's also going to be quite an interesting one. And yeah, Rubicon 1.1 I think will be filled with new stuff, with a lot of opportunities for the people that can find them. And also for the new players, you know, they're still keeping up with the new player experience, trying to bring them regular tracks of very compact information to help new players get along. And even for the role-playing guys, which I'm definitely one of them. I do enjoy the storyline and the role-playing in EVE Online. You know, it's also looking like we're getting some live events, so yeah, it's actually looking like a very interesting Rubicon 1.1 to me. I'm going to prepare a little bit. I definitely want some live event ships. I want to be ready for the BPOs if they come out, and go the industrial route, trying to make some ISK. And then I'm also looking forward to reading about all the stories that this ESS system is going to bring with it. So anyways, yeah, there you go, guys. This is my video to tell you guys, I think it's time to prepare for Rubicon 1.1. Find out what you like about it, what you don't like about it, and what you plan to invest some time into. And you might just be able to to find a great opportunity in this. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all next time.